Welcome to another episode of Big Movie Mouth Off. We're here. It's always our home away from home. Groovy Cinema Pub, reviewing more films for you. I'm Jimmy Martin with KUTV.
And I'm Jeff Weiss with Cinefiled. You can find Big Movie Mouth Off on Xfinity, on their on-demand system. You can go through their, scroll down through Utah On Demand to Salt Lake Alternative, then the Big Movie Mouth Off folder that has a ton of reviews, some older, things that are now on demand or on DVD or Blu-ray, or things that are currently in theaters, such as...
Ooh, it is the latest in the R-rated comedy genre, directed by Nicholas Stoller. Neighbors.
What do we got?
Is that a fraternity? We have to go over there. We've got to be cool.
And we say, by the way, keep it down.
Well, we won't say it like that. It's like, keep it down.
What are you doing with this?
Keep it down.
Just
I can
don't,
say.
we've overworked it. Just wanted to say, welcome to the
You're
hood.
welcome.
Also, if you could maybe just...
Keep it down.
Anyway.
Make sure if we're too noisy, call me first. Don't call the cops.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go tell them to...
Yeah. Are you ready for a show?
Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne play a... You know, they're getting a little bit up there in age, you know, but they're not old, but, you know, they're older. They just had a baby, just bought a house. Things are going pretty well. All of a sudden, the neighbors next door, their house goes up for sale. Well, who's going to move in? Well, they're hoping for somebody fun. But what they get is Zac Efron and his fraternity of misfits. And you would say that all hell breaks loose. That's what you could start with. But actually, and that's where I thought it was going to go.
Right?
It doesn't, though. And
No.
that's why I kind of appreciated it a
Yeah,
little bit.
because Mac and Kelly, those are the parents played by Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, want to be the cool neighbors.
Well, they want to be, you know,
Yeah,
let's
so
give them a beer, have a joint.
so they come over next door to Delta Psi fraternity,
Yep.
offering a joint
A peace offering.
to fraternity leader Teddy, played by Zac Efron.
Yep.
Things seem to be okay. They
Well-
they party down, but
They party,
but there's a proviso that Teddy has for them. Let's get along.
Anyway, if you could
We'll keep it down. Just don't call the cops.
Don't
on
call the
us.
cops. That's rule one. Promise me that. Don't break that promise.
And
Well,
they do. And they do.
Well, they try to. They try. Okay, I've called him. They're not shutting up. They're not turning the music down. I gotta call the cops. And so they call him anonymously. At least he thinks he is. He just doesn't know that there's such thing as caller ID.
You called about your neighbors?
No.
We have call ID. We're cops. Everybody has call ID.
Then hell breaks loose.
The war of attrition begins.
Then war it is. And then it becomes this, you know, it's actually kind of funny because while we have this war going on, there's still stuff going on just with the fraternity. There's some storylines in there, some subplots. And then also just with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne.
Yeah, it's funny. This film, in some respects, wants to be Parenthood, the
Little
Ron
bit.
Howard classic.
A little bit.
And it also wants to be National Lampoon's Animal House.
Exactly.
So these films sort of meet a little unevenly in a revenge comedy.
In a revenge comedy, and then, you know, and also you say Seth Rogen and marijuana just immediately comes out after.
Absolutely.
And this movie is full of marijuana. Lots of it.
And sex jokes.
And sex jokes and sex acts and sex and sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And so, yeah, I mean, but it kind of turns into this out of control stoner comedy for sometimes where you're like, I don't know what's really going on. I think you're gonna go a little bit over the edge. It's something that I didn't expect, at least based on the trailers. You know, I'm sitting there going like, I mean, you get like, it's almost like a music video of just like trippiness happening, you know? And then it kind of goes back into the revenge comedy, kind of goes back into the, you know, sentimental storylines, you know. You've got James Franco's little brother. Dave Franco.
Stealing scenes.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Let me also not forget to single out Ike Barinholtz from the Mindy Project, who plays Seth Rogen's best buddy, who, how a white guy does that good of a Barack Obama impression is beyond me.
Yeah, no, he's got some great part in it. The side characters in this film are I'd almost just as funny as the two main guys.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of funny. I mean, like, they do play off Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. I've never had a problem with Zac Efron. I think he's a great actor. You know, yeah, he's the pretty boy. He was on the Disney Channel. Great. But the kid's got chops.
And man, I wish I had those abs.
If you want some, come get some. We're throwing a...
I mean, and the war between him and Seth Rogen, I mean, it's just funny to watch these two. Couldn't be polar opposites, at least physically. And just watching each other give each other crap left and right. It's fun, it's funny, and it is filthy.
We're talking Hangover level filthy.
Even beyond that,
we really are. And speaking of filthy, Bridesmaids was kind of filthy.
Yeah.
Didn't really indicate that Rose Byrne had this performance in her.
No, I mean she was kind of the bitchy.
She's sort of the straight line person.
Yeah.
The straight man in it.
Sure.
And here, so she's got some comic chops.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. She's got her chops and she got her accent too.
Yep.
So
that cute little Aussie accent.
So yeah, no, it's a fun time. It's one of those films. I looked at the TV trailers and I go, I'm not excited about it. But here's the thing, it's rated R, and boy does it know how to use its R rating, because they don't pull their punches. They go full force, and you get that in the first 5 minutes. And that's where I enjoyed it. It's almost like you can't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes you cannot judge a movie by its trailer. And this is certainly one of those cases. It's not at all what they're presenting, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I think I give it 3 stars.
And that's right where I am too.
Yeah.
It's really uneven at times, because sometimes it's too sentimental.
Sure.
And sometimes it's too wacky and just and then doesn't know where. But when it comes together, it comes together well.
Oh, mama bitch! Claws are out! I have a darkness inside of me, and you will see it!
Dude, we missed the airbag.
Oh, by the way, you'd probably enjoy this with a frosty beverage, which would be ironic because the film's playing at Movies.
Uh-oh, right behind us. You can go check it out there. I think it's right. It's a little bit unbalanced. I like all the parts of it. And I almost would be like, you could almost make a movie just about the fraternity guys by themselves.
Right.
Almost like a prequel. You know what? I'd actually take a prequel, because they said that they had to move into this house because they burned the old one down.
Yes, and I want to see that.
I'd love to see that movie.
Especially because we'd get more Dave Franco.
Dave Franco, you get more Lisa Kudrow as the dean, who's a total idiot.
Yep.
No, but it's a lot of fun. It's unexpected. So if you're going to see this, first, yes, see it at Movies, but know that you're going to go into, and you're going to kind of feel gross after it,
A little icky.
You're going to want to probably take a shower.
Exactly.
So, yeah, 3 stars from me, 3 stars from Vice. An unexpected hit. Neighbors, go check it out. And that's going to do it for this episode of Big Movie Mouth Off. We're knee-deep in summer season, and we'll be reviewing all the films coming up. See ya.